Well, continuing on with what we were talking about in part 2, this is part 3. There's a lot of things that need to be considered. In the puzzle, we see the government creating a lot of chaos. We have airplanes that are crashing with cocaine on them. We know that the CIA has been funding the drugs in the United States, bringing them into the United States with military aircraft. Occasionally they crash, and it's quickly covered up, and you never hear about it on the news. We've got women who have information on some of these guys, and they hang themselves. One girl couldn't take the prospect of prison, so she was going to be sentenced for 4 months and decided to commit suicide. I don't think so. And this other lady gone ahead and paid for her rent on her condo. She paid up her condo for 6 years. I don't believe that she had any intention of doing anything other than serving out her time. She had money, she had contacts, she had an appeal, she had a meeting with her attorney, but somehow she decided to write a note. My question is, did they thoroughly examine her to see if maybe she wasn't tasered? Did they, for example, do handwriting analysis? I mean, how, if I was going to be killed and told write a suicide note, I'm not certain that my handwriting would not betray the fact that I'm very, very nervous. So we've got the government playing their games here. We've got laws being taken, freedoms being taken away in the spirit of security. We have 911, which was a total hoax and a false flag operation. The same thing occurred in England, as a matter of fact, with a bus that exploded, and just so happened there was a group training there right around the corner, a half a block away. They just happened to be there. Just like our people just happened to be in the air, there just happened to be a fighter exercise that very same day. Too many coincidences for any sane man's taste. So the whole thing boils back to, all right, forget the politics. We have Nibiru in the way. Well, if we have Nibiru coming, and everybody's upset with that and concerned about it, what can we do? Where do we go with this information, and certainly how do we get it out? You see, I was listening to Sean Hannity today, and he was talking about Obama and Hillary and what they did and this and that, and he's spending his life talking about nothing that matters. Nothing at all. Who cares about Hillary and what she wants to do? If 2012 comes around, or 11 or 13 for that matter, what does it matter about what Hillary does? They're just talking bullcrap about petty little things and trying to make them sound like they're the most important things in the world. Oh yes, we've got Hillary and she's doing this, and we have this going on, and Obama said that, and Obama traditionally never says anything like that, but here we... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who Tom Hanks likes, who Robert Downey Jr. likes. It doesn't matter. And as far as Alex Jones goes, we are going to see martial law. He's probably more on target than anybody. His delivery is rather off the wall. I don't like the delivery, but the meaning is there. But even then, you already know what the answer is. You know this stuff's coming down. You know it's going to happen. You know you have to change your behavior and your attitude. You know they're hiring people that are dumb so that they will do anything that they are told. And when they're done with them, they can just throw them in jail along with everybody else. They won't care. They're looking to get rid of billions of people off the face of the earth. I think somebody mentioned some kind of a number about they wanted to keep 250,000 people around to do the work. I think that's awfully small. I mean, but I don't know. Maybe just to handle the elite and their families, maybe that would be enough. But anyway, even if they pare it down to a couple of million people, that might be manageable. I'm not sure. The problem is, you know it's happening, and you've got to prepare for it. And what's somebody who works at Walmart or is a mechanic, what are they going to possibly be able to do, and how are they going to possibly prepare for some big event? I mean, you have to have a lot of money to burrow underground, to create an underground city, to have the food and the water for 5 years. Imagine just trying to supply this place with water for 5 years. How much are you going to need? People are going to die. You have to be able to handle that situation responsibly, gracefully, respectfully. People are going to need to go to the bathroom. That's another thing that's going to have to be handled. Air, that's kind of key. You're going to have a circulation system, plants, something to generate the oxygen and something to absorb the carbon dioxide. You're going to have people that know how to test the air outside, how to test water, how to grow food, how basically to reconstruct everything if you're fortunate enough to survive, open the hatch, and find that the planet is, at this point in time, habitable. Either that, or you're going to open up your hatch and find yourself in the middle of a freeway system and find that the whole thing was one gigantic joke and you've been downstairs for 5 years and didn't know what was going on. No, with respect to that, you can stay connected with cable, satellite, underground antennas and wires which will pick up AM, FM radio, TV signals. You can do all kinds of things. You can put antennae up into trees, and one of the many systems that you put up there should be able to continue to function, at least for a while. And if none of them function for any reason and you're not getting anything, then you know something pretty cataclysmic happened. In fact, you'll probably feel it. And then you can always put sensors up there to give you constant readings of the air, radiation, temperature, wind velocity, and possibly even some mini cameras, getting a bunch of them, placing them around, hiding them in things in a protective fashion, just to be able to look around. And then you can design sort of a periscope type thing, where you go up scope and you'll have the ability to be able to take a 360 around and see what's going on. Okay, so now you're up on the surface of the planet. The other things that you should have hidden or brought with you or somehow collected would be a small little airplane. The little single-seater kind that is real small. I forget what they call them there. They're like gliders. Just you don't need a license for them right now. And just to be able to pull the crank, spin the prop a little bit, run down the runway, and get a bird's eye view of what's going on. You'll need one of them. You'll need some kind of a vehicle, be it a bicycle, a moped, motorcycle, car. You'll need to have enough gasoline to be able to go far enough